Okay. This is where I start talking now. Freaking. Put this in here. Nope. Right, about to sink it. All right. I'm on my way back from work. Just been riding the board 3 miles so far. We're at Bryn Mawr. This is just a bridge from Bryn Mawr, I think, over to what is that, lake? No, not lake. Maybe, wait. Lake Road? I don't know. If I had my all-terrain tires on, you know, I'd just ride right over this, but, well, you know what? Screw it. Boy. Yes, son. Okay. So we've gone almost 3 miles from the country club in Maryland, in Towson. This is a mostly downhill, and I do this at, like, whenever I come back from work. I take my board, and it makes it every time, but I think today I might stop somewhere for a little bit in between, just because of how cold it is. You know, my hands are freezing. I've got heat packs, but still, you know, this hand is getting cold, and I could wear a glove, but, well, I forgot my gloves, and also I don't really like wearing them too much. Alright, switch hands. Too cold. I don't like wearing my gloves too much, right? Because, you know, I gotta be real in control of this thing. And that makes it hard, and they're just uncomfortable. So, but they're not bad gloves though, otherwise, you know. They're like sturdy, sort of construction gloves, not skate gloves. Cause that, like, sorry, I got a cold. They're not skate gloves, which would probably be just not work at all, because those have the little pucks on them. You know, for longboarding, when you're going down a curve, people look at me all the time, please. Going down a curve, and you got, like, to put your palm onto the pavement, and there's a little, like, metal puck where you can just slide your palm on without, you know, grinding your whole hand off. This is rolling. Okay, rolling out, not like. I'm stupid. Alright. Not sure where I'm gonna stop, or if I'm gonna stop. Thinking maybe a Starbucks, because I guess that's what you do. When you're a electric skateboard riding Casey Neistat wannabe. Does Casey Neistat go to Starbucks often? I don't know, I just feel like he will. Surprisingly, I don't even watch him that much. But now I'm trying my first vlog. Electric skateboard vlog. Though I think the first time I ever saw an electric skateboard, though, was Casey Neistat video. Which is neat. But at that time, what? Must have been like in maybe 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. No way I was affording that. Definitely not. Jeez, sorry. Definitely not affording a boosted board, because I had no job. Now I do. This is the Evolve GTX, which I was able to afford with not spending, I kid you not, I didn't spend a single penny for months. But, you know, discipline, eh? So yeah, this might become a thing, like weekly or something. Just vlogging. I do plan to get a better, like, camera, a better GoPro, particularly. Let me talk through my setup here. I've got the GoPro Hero 4 Session. I got that a couple years ago. The thing about that is there's no way you can really there's no way you can really hook an external microphone into it, which sucks because of course this GoPro is on the outside of my helmet, and my mouth is on the inside. So that's a problem, because you can't really hear me from the GoPro's internal mic. So the way I've got it set up now is I've got a lavalier microphone. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but you know, the kind of mics people give TED Talks with, sort of inside my helmet, right in front of my mouth, which might not be the best place for it. I'll fidget with it. And I've got that wired into my phone's voice recorder. What I'll have to do is I used, before I started, a little trick where you clap, you know, like that, and then you sync the image of you clapping with the sound on the sound recording, and that should match the video up to the sound, hopefully. But I plan to get a GoPro Hero 7 Black, which is the latest one, and that there's a that there is a adapter for, which you can easily hook up really at any microphone. That's like I got a 3.5mm jack, and isn't battery powered, just powered right off of the GoPro. So I'll still, yeah, dogs are a problem. They don't like any skateboards in general. Doesn't matter if it's electric or whatever, just skateboards. Anyway, so I'll still probably be using this Purple Panda microphone, because I've heard it's pretty good. Especially for the price, like, I think it's 25 bucks. You know, I've got that. So I guess we'll see. It might be processed differently on the when it's directly plugged into the Hero 7 than it is on my phone. And well, like I said, I'll figure out where in my helmet is the best place to put the microphone. Alright, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think the GoPro Hero 7, that's like $399, so $400. But you can do a bit of a trade-in with an old GoPro or an old digital camera, any digital camera, which I think we do have, like some like crappy Sony digital camera, but you know, that's not, I kind of want to be fair. I saw a video Austin McConnell like traded in like a kid's toy that was technically a digital camera, but you know, and he got his GoPro, he got it, but I don't feel like doing that. As much as I do like this Hero 7, it's like the nice cubed inch form factor. I mean the Hero 4 that I'm recording on now, it's the nice cubed inch form factor. I just, you know, if I want to start doing this more often, I gotta go with, you know, the screen on the back and the other things that that the non-session models have. This might be bad. Me recording. I feel like I'm not paying enough attention to the street here. You know, we'll see how many walls I break. I don't think. I don't know. And I don't even know how much I'm going to edit this. It usually takes me like an hour to get the 9 or 10 miles home. You know, but I've already skipped a good bit of it. From the country club Maryland to, where was it? Bryn Mawr that I started. So, I mean, I could just leave this. It might be like a half an hour clip. Or not, I don't know. I could edit it down into like a nice, consumable 10-minute vlog format. I don't know. Also, I do have my stickers with me. If you don't know what my stickers are, I've got little non-adhesive bumper stickers that they just stick with a static cling thing that they don't leave residue behind. And they say I heart parking and bike lanes on them. I gotta do this to remind people that there is a bike lane here. Okay, so they say I heart parking on bike lanes on them, and when we get like into the city, sometimes people just think that a bike lane is a parking spot, and that's really stupid. So I put these static cling stickers on, which might be illegal, but it's not vandalism. If it's anything, it's littering because it doesn't damage cars. But you know, I'm a vigilante. Hello. So, yeah, I just got those in my back pocket. We'll keep an eye out. But usually the cars that the areas, I've sort of got like a spidey sense of where people park in bike lanes are a bit past my house, so I might go a bit further. Turn into eco mode here. I've been riding in fast mostly, but I don't really like to go that fast. I just go in fast mode for the, you know, up hills and stuff. Jeez, my hand is cold. Not even this hand, the other hand. But you can see my knuckles. Yikes. Turning red and stuff. Speed limit 25 miles an hour. I can beat that, but I'm not suicidal right now. So, this can go like 27. Maybe another day. Not right now. But yeah, I usually keep it maybe 15, not 19 if I'm really, you know, not 19 if I'm really going hard. But 15 is usually good for me. You can see like the miles per hour there, and your traveled miles, which is 5. Oh boy, okay, let's switch hands here. Yeah. My scars are starting to... I think scars change color based off of sunlight that they're getting. So I guess it's a seasonal thing. My scars start to get darker or whatever and get more visible. This scar on my knuckle is an interesting story. Some of you that know me might recognize from just me being really stupid, like all of my scars. I don't know how many I have, but this one came from coming up on Father's Day, and I was like, you know what's the most best Father's gift? Like a legitimate what's it, lumberjack axe, like that big, you know. So I got a handle from Home Depot and a head, just an old sort of worn double-sided blade axe head from eBay, I think. This was a few years ago, so I think that's super clear. But I got an old axe head from eBay, and I was putting together, you know, pretty fun. Hand slipped. I'd sharpened it a bit before I put it on there, which I don't know if that's the correct way. If you should maybe sharpen it after you put it on there, that's probably it. But my hand slipped, cut my knuckle open, and this was like 11 o'clock on a school night. And me being, you know, stupid, what was I, 9th grade? I was like, do I want to go to the doctor? And it was a deep cut. And it wasn't going to stop bleeding. I was like, do I want to go to the doctor and wait like 5 hours to get stitches, or do I want to fix this up myself? So, alright, let's see. I grabbed, I'm going into fast mode here, grabbed the sewing kit and some alcohol and a lighter. Sterilized the needle with the lighter and the alcohol and all the thread with the alcohol and whatnot. Did it up. Didn't get infected somehow. But wasn't that painful actually. The cut was more painful. But yeah, I don't think I'd do something like that again. Some dogs, hey, some dogs don't have a problem with skateboards. Hello. Some do. I might throw in a couple clips of other encounters I've had with dogs, but you know, this hill for whatever reason kind of wears out the board a bit, but we'll see. Usually what I've found is, and what I've researched is that lithium-ion batteries, which is the type that are in here, they do they don't perform as well in the cold at all. And this must be below freezing. Yeah, see that? The battery just dropped down. Now that's not like a very accurate reading, just because we're pushing it, you know, like uphill. We're kind of beating it up. Usually you'll get a more accurate reading when you're just going on flat land at like a, you know, normal speed. Alright, we're good. But once it gets too low, it'll tone you down a power mode, which I'm going to actually do on my own, but which can be a bit annoying. But yeah, interesting. The reason that batteries don't perform that well is just, you know, batteries, they make use of a chemical reaction, and chemical reactions change based off the temperature. They change it in their rate. But using your batteries in the cold doesn't damage them, but charging them does actually. Damn, that's cold. Okay. Charging them does. Charging them while they're cold. When you do that, you get something called lithium. I spent a whole lot of time researching this stuff. You get something called lithium plating, which can actually be permanent damage. So, to your batteries, it won't ruin them, but it'll make them hold less power. Alright, we're doing fine. I'm not even touching anything on the remote right here. Not even using any power, just cruising. Which is kind of what I like about these wheels, though, is that they're, you know, real natural to just cruise on. Rather than the tires, the inflatable tires. It's a lot different feeling going no power on tires. Okay, we're giving a little bit of juice here. So far, nobody parked in bike lanes. Good. Another few days, I got my highest score on one trip. I call it a score. Jeez. Is 4 cars / trucks in one trip. Yeesh. It's pretty good, but maybe my work is having an effect and less people are parking in bike lanes. Pretty cool. Okay, I was just checking if the GoPro was recording. If it wasn't recording, I'd swear. Now I could go through this light, but I like to set a good example. Get, you know, because when people see electric skateboarders breaking laws, even if it's like not that big of a deal at all, it's like, oh, these are people who don't know how the streets work, and that they don't know traffic rules and whatnot. Okay. And that's how you get problems, people trying to get stuff banned. You know? Because this isn't legal at all. It's not illegal either. It's just the court hasn't gotten around to it yet. Not in Baltimore, not in Maryland. So it was interesting to think about by itself. Just that we're at a point where the law can't keep up with technology. So I'm just trying to be a good boy and make it so that when they do get around to something like this, people don't have a bad taste in their mouth when they, geez, man, a little too close to the bike lane, eh? Whose man's is this? Tinted windows, my guy. Anyway, I don't want to make a bad impression, you know. I'm not trying to mess with police or anything. I'm friendly towards police. I haven't been pulled over, but I make sure to, you know, wave hello and say what's up. They're usually cool with it, you know. They ask how fast it goes and the usual questions. Ask how much it's worth. I usually say like 300 to 500 because, you know, I might get myself in some trouble if I say anything above that. Well, I did get this thing secondhand though, so I didn't pay the full price. And so far I'm pretty dang happy with it. I got it off of eBay from a guy in California. It took like 2 weeks to get in, which of course was the longest 2 weeks ever, but it was okay. No, it wasn't okay. But it's a good board, and watch these dogs. Okay, see, some dogs are fine, you know? I don't know if it's some training, you know? So some doggy daycares get him, you know, used to being around skateboards or something. I don't know. I don't have a dog. I have one cat. I used to have 2 cats, but my cat my brother and I each have a cat. Had the cat. My cat died a few months ago of cancer. But now there's just sort of one cat. But I've never had a dog. Hopefully I will have a dog someday. But I don't know how doggy daycare works or what they teach or what. Okay. If I could add any dog, I'd like to get one of those big, like gigantic dogs that go up into the mountains with one of those barrels of whiskey or gin on their collar, you know, to save I don't know, people who need saving. Because like those are just such gigantic fluffy dogs that usually like huge dogs get kind of intimidating, but not those ones. Those ones are really cute. So, oh boy. Like those dogs are usually bigger than most people. You know, I mean in terms of weight. Do we want to stop at Starbucks or something? There is going to be Starbucks kind of on the way. Nah. I'll pass this time. I think we can make it down. Not that cold. I'm pretty cold, but I've got this Milwaukee electric heated jacket, which I've been using. Is pretty sweet. It only really warms your torso, but like your chest and stomach area and your back. And the stomach warmers kind of also warm your hands too, but not tremendously, so I still use hand warmers. Okay, we got green. But that's neat, but still, like I said, my hands are cold. I've got a few layers, I've got like the thermal leggings under these, under my khakis, my work uniform right now. I've got like a knitted sweater, my granddad's sweater. He was Canadian, so he knew where the good sweaters were. So I'm decently warm. So I think I can make it without stopping somewhere to warm up and, you know, work on stuff. Yeah, and I got plenty of battery. Okay. Nobody parking in bike lanes. Really awesome. Okay. People don't look when they're turning that way, you know? They don't look for people coming through the bike lane. So I gotta look for them. Which, you know, it's Baltimore, so the drivers aren't great. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's getting cold. Alright. Now, I don't know how many little return from work skate videos I'm going to do, because I'm not actually going to be working at the Country Club Maryland for a whole lot longer. I've been working there since I turned 16, which is rear end of April. I worked the day after I turned 16, because I'm about that life. But I'm gonna plan to be leaving now, just because I do online homeschool, and like I work on the weekends and Mondays. And the thing is, weekends are when my friends are available, and that's, you know, I like the job. They like me there, but friends are more important. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna pass through here anyway. Okay. Those are the bird scooters. I mean, no, not bird. Those are lime. I've been seeing a lot more of the lime scooters than bird scooters anyway. Yeah, really weird. Oh, sorry. You can go. Yeah, okay. I could definitely go faster than her, but I like to take it casual here. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot more birds and limes recently than more birds. And I kind of got mixed feelings about them. I think as an idea, they're cool. I've ridden the lime scooter once, and I think one out of two reasons I don't like them is when I rode them, they got this little throttle on them on the right hand, and you press it with your thumb, and it's so loose, right? You can hardly control the thing. You just twitch your thumb, and it'll go, and you know, not super fast, but it's got decent acceleration, you know. So it feels very hard to control to me. It's kind of, I describe it kind of like riding an animal. You can sort of get it to do and go where you want it to go, but it sort of has a mind of its own. That's my problem. Like, if they just had a little bit of a stiffer throttle, I think the problem would totally be fixed. Maybe I was riding a faulty scooter, but I've heard the same thing from lots of other people about the throttle, but I don't think so. Also, I mean, man, grown adults shouldn't be on scooters. That's my second issue with them. I mean, I don't care that much, but just, I don't know. Not for me. I went also, most people don't wear helmets with them. You know, I'm on this thing. I got a full face helmet. You know, I could wear a skateboard helmet just fine, but I have my jawline going for me, and I think that's good. And I wouldn't like to lose my jawline. So having some chin protection is nice. But yeah, on the scooters, like, people don't wear anything except maybe a hat. They'll do nothing. But other than that, I like that they're in the bike lane, you know, except people also ride on sidewalks. But, you know, that they're making it small electric vehicles as an idea more out there, you know, and that they're also changing the way drivers drive. You know, they're more aware, I think. Hopefully, they're getting more aware. I haven't, you know, I've been paying attention to it too much, but that's hard to measure. But yeah, I like that they're out there. I'd say I have a net positive opinion on them. There's some problems, but I like them. Rather than them exist than not exist. Huh. Yeah, now this is where we normally start seeing people parked in bike lanes. And maybe like 5 blocks down is my real frequent spot. Look how much battery we have. Now this still isn't a super accurate reading because we're not using it. The 2 times when you're not going to have accurate battery readings is when you're really beating it up and when you're not using it at all. So I'd say now, we're not super beating it up. That's probably an accurate reading. That's like got to be 60%. After 7.3 miles in the cold. Pretty good. I like. That's what I needed to do. And the most efficient way to go uphill is I've heard at 11 miles an hour on these things. I guess it kind of depends on the hill. That doesn't look too good. I'll keep it at 9. 9 feels good. I kind of have like some sort of psychic connection to what is best. Or what is most efficient. Like I can sort of feel where the battery is at on this thing. There's people. Okay. Now from here we're a couple blocks away from my house. I'm not gonna show you guys my house or where it is because I don't want my address on the internet. Oh, I have a green light. Yeah, I don't think I'm paying that much attention because of this whole narrating thing. This might not be good. Okay. I think we'll go maybe a little bit past my house. We'll see if there's any criminals parking in bike lanes. But we'll see. That's where my mom works. Not at City Cafe, but there's a business in the 2nd floor above it. I don't know what they do. They're kind of secretive. Well, apparently they do they do web articles on vitamins or something, which is like the most suspicious description ever. Alright, Lime Boys. Okay. Alright. This here is my block. I'm not going to tell you where on this block I am. I'm on one of these 2 blocks here. I'm going to tell you which side, which floor, if I'm in an apartment or what would you call it, a row house? I did use a U-Haul trailer when I was picking up my motorcycle. I just bought a motorcycle off Craigslist like a few weeks ago. Oh shit. Fuck, I'm sorry. God. Yeah, this is not good. Fuck. Okay. I don't usually swear, but dang. Okay, I might need to reconsider this. Hello. I gotta really pay some more attention here. Anyway, my motorcycle I got like, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, that scared me. So my motorcycle I got a couple weeks ago, and I plan to make it electric. It runs, not very well. But it's a 1980 Honda CM 200 Twin Star. So that's like around 200 cc, which is kind of like horsepower, but for motorcycles. Kind of. But that doesn't really matter too much because I'm making it electric. It'll be expensive, I'll tell you that. So I plan to sell as much of the engine parts as I can, which, you know, I can probably make a good bid on, but yeah, that's how I'm a bit conflicted about buying like a new GoPro and stuff, because I feel like I should be just spending money on or saving money for the electric stuffs, because I'm not gonna spend money on the high-tech things until like the last step of the project, because, you know, technology gets better and cheaper, so I'm gonna wait as long as I can on certain things like the batteries. But you know, so I'll wait till after I'm, you know, done all the body work, got it real nice and looking good, done a bit of the wiring. Wires don't really get any more high tech or cheaper, but I'm hoping to use Tesla batteries, either 18650, they're Panasonic NCR 18650 batteries, or their new 2170 batteries, which aren't on the market yet, but maybe they will be by the time I hope to be done with it, which is by the time I turn 18. Now we're coming up on a hot spot here for people parking and biking. Okay, we're running a little bit low. Battery, maybe. Now I'm hyper aware of like stoplights and stuff. I've never gone through a red light ever on this thing. I mean, like, not on purpose. Like, I've gone through a couple of red lights where there's absolutely nobody there. Yeah, I'm free, you know, man. But I'll just look. Usually people parking bike lanes right in front of this tall building. Let's see. We will see. I'll just glance over, and if not, I'll head back and probably end the video. Alright, come on. Alright. Good time. Pizza time. Spider-Man puts it up. Here people parked in the bike lane, but I think there might be somebody in those cars. I usually only put a sticker on it if they're, yeah, see that they're not like permanently parked there. That one might, with the blinkers on. Let's see, I mean, they're not fully parked in the bike lane. That's not that bad. And it looks like they're an Uber. I think you can see an Uber sticker from here. Yeah. I'll let that fly. Okay. Ooh, I couldn't. My boots unlaced. Okay, well, I'm probably going to end the video. Not that much action in terms of catching people in bike lanes, but maybe some other time. I can't tie my shoes with these frozen hands. Jesus. My hands hardly work, man. Okay. Alright, we're heading back. I'm gonna turn the video off. See ya.